D, wait for it, light bulb.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I just finished the latest episode of Star Trek Discovery, episode 12. And the name of it was Garbage. Yeah, that's the name of this episode. Because it was a big waste of time. This clocked in a little over, I think it was like 50 minutes and everything. It was 40 minutes too long. I'm just gonna I've always, every time I watch one of these episodes, I'm all like, it can't possibly get worse. And it can, because they're just wasting our time now with nonsense. And I just want to say, I called it from the beginning. I knew the DMA would be a big nothing burger. I knew that NC-17 would be a big nothing burger. They're not even interesting, this alien race with their lights and their pheromones and their math and everything. I'm all like, yeah, we've seen this before. How did you guys not figure this out? It's so, I'm so annoyed with this show. It's, and you can be all like, well, if you don't like it, why do you keep watching it? Well, it's the funniest show on TV right now. I mean, come on. And you're all like, where's the joke? This show is the joke. It's so bad in every sense of the word. They've wasted our time. They've wasted their money. They've wasted their time, and they've wasted the skill that they do not have. I'm talking about like writing. The writers of this show are not good. They're not good. And it's so obvious, that they don't know what they're doing, because they've stretched out a story so hard that the episodes are just dumb, and stuff doesn't make sense. I hate this show. I hate it now. Like, every character in here, I don't even like the characters. Like, it's just so dumb. And I'm all like, I tell you what, I mean, like, it's just so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I'm gonna break this sucker down, which great fun. Hold on, I need to drink some coffee because I need to charge myself up, because this episode was god awful. And I've always been like, hey, if you like it, good for you. I like that you like it, but I don't understand how anybody could like this. I don't understand. And I don't want to understand either. I don't care. I'm like kind of annoyed right now with this show, because it literally like has wasted so much time for nothing. I think this next week is the season finale. And I'm all like, there's nothing they can do to turn this around. There's nothing. I'm telling you right now, there's nothing they can do to turn this ship around and make it better and make this season worth your time. There's nothing. Even if you like this show, you've wasted your time. I've wasted my time. I wasted so much time on this dumb show. This dumb show. And it gets me. I used to like this show. I liked season 1 and season 2. And then season 3 was awful. This season's way worse than season 3. Oh, it's so bad. So bad. All right. Now that I'm done venting, which I'm not really done venting, when we get to stuff in this episode, I will I will talk about it. Gosh, this is so dumb. Oh, goodness. But before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. Now I'm done with that nonsense. I want to break this sucker down. And I'm going to try to pull out some positives, but I'll tell you right now, I can't think of any off the top of my head. All right. So it starts off with Discovery, and they reach the big bubble. And the bubble kind of looks kind of cool, but it's like nothing we haven't seen before and everything, as far as the texture with the little things. Anyways, so they get there and they're like, how close are we? And they're like, 250 kilometers. And they're like, get 200 kilometers and fire on all frequencies and everything. So they're sitting there. Oh, there's Linus. I like Linus. There's a positive. I like him. They don't have enough. I've said it from the beginning. They don't have enough aliens on this show. It's all humans. Throw some more aliens on there. Come on, stop spending money on dumb stuff. Break down this cast, because the cast is way too big for these morons. They're not even fun. I don't even care about these bridge members. I like Linus. I want to know more about Linus. Talk about Linus. Anyways. And there's Christopher, Lieutenant Christopher. He's a big nothing burger too. They're all useless, in my opinion. They show up and they say say nonsensical things. I'm just like, I don't care. We'll talk about it later. Anyways, so they're all just staring at this thing like big dummies. And look at her. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I'm on a crappy show, but she's getting paid. Good for you. Make that money. I'm trying so hard. This show's so stupid. I can't. It's so dumb. All right. All right. So they can't contact the NC-17 race because they only talk in light shows and emotions. Which of course they do. Of course they talk in emotions. That's all this show is emotions and feelings and getting over trauma. All right, I'm trying. So then she's all like, President, we're going to have to use plan B. She's like, you're right, abort. And then so all these are all the compounds that they gathered on the planet that was destroyed, the NC-17 planet. And they gathered up like 16 of them. And so what they're going to do is they're going to create a way, they're going to get the peaceful emotion, and they're going to send out some bots. And the bots are going to spray their emotion all over them. And then they're going to, and it's basically their version of we come in peace. Oh, they're going to come in pieces all over their face. Anyway, so they get the robots ready. It's so bad that this Blue Del Rey, Blue Del Ria, is that the actor's name? I don't remember their name, but it's so bad that this is what Blue Del Rey is. Okay. Pretend this is the bot. It's just that's all they do. So you know that they were just on set. We're like, and he's supposed to be putting the stuff in it and everything. This is the equivalent of that. I just put emotion all up in my phone, all up in my bot. It's so dumb. Anyway, sends those up into space, and then back on Book's ship. They're sitting here talking, they're formulating their plan and everything. And they're like, we're going to get this. But she stuffed a little communication badge in her sleeve and everything. You know, what gets me is she could have started this little plan, well, no, she couldn't have, because last episode, it was the end when she was on the board. So she's like, hey, can I get some licorice, some black licorice and everything? And I'm like, gross. And so then they send out the bots, and the bots are just spraying all over their NC-17 orb and everything. And they're getting a reaction. They're getting this ripple effect. And then it starts coming out and starts grabbing the bots. And of course, the bots are screaming while they do it. They're like, ee! And everything. Like they did in season, what was it, 2, when they fought off? Was it season 2 or season 3? Oh, no. It was this season when the one bot was screaming because it went into the leftovers of the DMA. It was like, ee! And then it broke into pieces. So that's what they were doing here. And they're like, oh, we gotta get out of here. So they turn around and they try to run away. And I'm all like, you big dummy. So then it comes out, sends out this big like tentacle. It's looking like those chest tentacles from Donnie Darko. And it grabs them. And they're like, we're stuck in its little uterine gulag and everything. And then this little idiot, she's eating licorice. Black licorice is not good. Like, I mean, I can eat it if I'm like in the mood for something is kind of sweet and everything, but like Mike and Ike's, like I could eat those because they've got that hard candy shell. But yeah, black licorice is not my favorite. Anyways, so she's all like, we're making contact, but we're stuck inside the little uterine gulag and everything. And they're all like, just stand down and stand by and everything. And he's looking at the math and he's all like, this is okay. So this is his face, right? So he's all like, and everything. I'm all like, man, the acting on this show is top notch. Although I do like Tig Notaro. I like Tig Notaro. I don't know. Like her character is so bland, but I do like Tig Notaro. I don't, she's great. She's great. I mean, like, I love her in interviews. She seems like just a really nice person. So I have nothing, but there's a positive. I like Tig Notaro. Her character sucks. It will at least here she does. I can't do it. So this little badge, she gets the licorice because it what does it do? It's something about, and it creates electricity, and so but later on you'll find out she can't get through the ship, Book's ship, because she needs his access codes. So sorry, my belly itches. And so I'm sorry. I just feel like, I'm sorry. My son wanted to play Mario Kart, and I blew him off to watch this episode. Now I feel bad because he was, man. Okay. Anyways, I know, regrets. I hope he just doesn't hate me later on in life for it. Anyways, so then we go back to because before, when they were doing the bots, Zora felt her feelings. Zora, oh God, I hate the Zora character too. The ship. So Zora's all like, I'm getting a sense that something's wrong, but I can't figure it out. I've done the diagnostics and everything. And they're like, follow your emotions. So they're talking to the doctor now that they've sent out the bots and everything. She's all like, Zora's all like, I just have a gut reaction that something's bad. And he's all like, well, you played Sabak earlier, so let's play that because that seemed to help you out. And she's like, I'll get you set up. And I'm all like, okay, get it set up. And so then they are having a meeting. Oh, and I don't remember what Saru says here, but homegirl here, his little girlfriend's all like, oh, that's not going to work, dude. What are you talking about? And everything. And she said it much more like Vulcan-y. And of course he was all like shunned. Like, he's all like, man, my girlfriend just like shit talked me in front of my friends, man. And so they're basically like, this one is a problem right here. And I'll tell you right now, she does something later and I'll address it later. But yeah, this show is, I know what's going to happen. It's going to annoy me. Sorry, I needed that. I needed it because if I don't, then I love how look right here. They've got a plate of food and nobody's eating it. Oh, except for the Asian guy. He eats the food every now and then. I'm all like, yeah. I'd be like, oh, are those grapes? Oh, and everything. Anyways, so they're trying to figure out how to talk to NC-17 now that they're in this bubble, because they're all like, well, maybe they're waiting for us to communicate back. So then Burnham is all like, why don't, during first contact, we usually give a gift. Why don't we give them the bromide? I don't even care. The bee, why don't we give them the bee hole as a gift? And then they'll know that we're here because we said we come in peace when we sprayed all over their faces, and now we'll give them the bee hole and we'll be friends. I have no respect for this show at all. God. Oh my goodness. And all right, it doesn't matter. So then these guys are trying to figure stuff out, and she's all like, oh, what is she? Oh, so she decides to tell him a book, a story. And she said that when her wife died, because of course Tig Notaro's character is a lesbian, because Tig Notaro is a lesbian in real life, and she cannot possibly play anything else. Man, acting has really come down. Anyways, she talks about how she's like, listen, when my wife died, I joined whatever ship she was on, the Atreides, and she I'm not even gonna like disrespect Dune like that. She was on whatever ship, and she's all like, I when we crashed, there was an ensign, and he asked me to die. Like, he was like, don't try to save me, I just want to die. And she was all like, listen, I have to try to save you. And she's like, it took him 11 days to die. And she's all like, and then after he died, I realized that his eyes were the exact same shade as my wife's eyes. They had pigment and everything. She's like, and I realized I wasn't trying to save him for him. I was trying to save him for me. And I got that, and that's the thing about this show. They don't know how to take these small little things like this that I'm all like, okay, I can connect to that and, do it in the right way. Because at this point, I'm already like, well, I don't care. I'm already like bored, annoyed. Like I'm literally on my phone. I'm just like, okay, all right, yep, okay. So she's all like, when we're hurt, we can do some dumb stuff, and you guys are hurt, but you're not helping and everything. So then back on the ship, they said in the bromide, and this little idiot, I'm calling her an idiot because she's a big dummy. And all these crew people are dummies for not seeing it. She disappears at awkward times, all this stuff. I'm just super annoyed. Anyways, so she's all like, what happens if we need to be ready. We need to be soldiers and be ready, be at the ready to fight back. And I'm all like, dude, you're inside their uterine gulag. You're inside their uterus right now. There is no way you're fighting back. They're big dragon creatures with a light show on their forehead. Get out of here. So then they're like, diplomacy must work. And then they're like, oh, we're getting something from the bay, the shuttle bay. So they all go down there. Look at them walking their little idiot line. And then Saru's all like, there's a creature coming through. And I'm all like, so then so there's the NC-17, this little light show right here, this little, whatever this is, this big dragon. And it sends some pheromones. And it's I can't remember what it was. I would have wrote it down. Listen, I would have wrote notes down for this because but this show, it doesn't respect me as the viewer by writing good content. I am not going to respect this show by acting like I care enough of what they say. And it's all these different compounds in here. And it was like peace, love, fear, percentages, and everything of each one. Then they send a light show, and then these guys are watching and everything. I don't know how they're watching, but maybe they because they don't show that. They just it's always show don't tell, but they don't show. They just tell. And so they're talking to this chick again because she disappears when the light show pops up. And I just go, if you're in a big group and a delegate leaves, wouldn't you notice that and be like, dude, you got some IBS going on because you keep leaving. And so she's all like, we've made contact. And so then he tells them the plan. So this part annoyed me right here. And this what annoys me about the show. And I'm going to talk about this right now, what I said I was going to talk about earlier. They decide, okay, so this is what they're going to do. They're going to vent plasma from Discovery, from one of their nacelles, and it will push Book's ship off of Discovery because they can't push off of Discovery now. So we'll push it out. But while it does that, it will also create a hole in this little uterine gulag, and then they can get out and go towards the power source because we're still trying to figure out how this guy can get back to his little boy lover. And I'm all like, I honestly don't care. And it's like Tark is the bad guy. Surprise! I'm like, ooh. So the part that gets me about this, so she's all like, when he tells her the plan, he's all like, she goes, feeding you information is one thing, but this is a complete betrayal. And I'm all like, bitch, giving information is a betrayal. If somebody tells you something and it's incompetence, or this really isn't an incompetence, and then you tell their enemy, that's a betrayal. Giving information to an enemy or a criminal is a betrayal. You idiot. Oh, I'm so mad. And you know what's going to make me a thing about this show is this woman, there will be zero consequence. There will be zero consequence for her actions. Next season, she will not be held accountable. She will get away with it. They will be like, it's okay. You did what you thought you were doing okay. If this was the real world, which I know it's all fake, it's all science fiction and everything, but they don't even try to be a little realistic. Like, what if this was the future? But you would be held accountable. You would be court-martialed. You would be put in the brig. You would be then tried for probably treason, and you'd probably be executed. But this idiot, nothing will happen to her. She will be in the next season. She will probably be promoted. She will fail upwards. She will be promoted. She will be president of Earth, and then she'll be the emperor of the galaxy, empress of the galaxy. And because that's what this show does, it rewards bad behavior. Look at Burnham. Look at Burnham. So then they're trying to communicate. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit faster. So they're trying to communicate, and they realize that they're sending out math equations. Yeah. So then they're playing Sabak or whatever this game is called. I don't care. You don't care. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. And if you do care, good on you. So then she's all like, Zora goes, I don't know. I still don't know what it is, but I realized that it started. There was an occurrence where all of the replicators weren't working, and Tignataro, Reno, but I'm going to call her Tignataro, fixed it. He's like, oh, great. I'll just go talk to her. Where is she? I'm getting her bio life readings in engineering. He's like, okay, I'll go see her. Now, here's my question about this. He could have saved a buttload of time, just so you know. Oh, but can't, because of reasons. The script says so. The script needs all the bad things to happen. So instead of doot on his little badge right here, look, he's got the little badge just like everybody else. He has the personal transporter. He walks to engineering. Like, I just need a little walk. Gotta shed these pounds. Gotta get my steps in and everything. And I'm all like, what? Like, and you know, it just goes, he doesn't care about Zora either, because if he did, he'd want to get this solved ASAP. But he doesn't, because the script needs him to take his sweet time until the last 5 minutes of the episode. So, this is what they do. They get everybody down here to try to figure out how the lights and the pheromones are all connected. So they get Christopher, this one, and Detmer. What's this one's name? I don't care. You don't care. Nobody cares. They get these big idiots. Everybody's an idiot on this show. They're all dumb. And they're, you know, yeah, the other guy, what was Bryce? Yeah, he was better looking than this guy. Anyway, so they figure out that it's just math. And, but math, because, you know, math is the universal language, you know, that's the thing. So of course it would be math. But here's my question. Okay. If this species, this NC-17 species, if they're just so smart, they're just so brilliant, wouldn't they be able to figure out a way to communicate with these dummies? like, okay. So like, and they compared it to a human talking to an ape. And I'm all like, yeah, but, apes can't talk like human, but they can do sign language and everything. But these guys do figure it out. Okay, all right, my thing doesn't work out. But I'm just like, if I was them, I mean, like, you're telling me that out of everything, this is the only form of communication for you. I'm like, I'm just, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, so they figure it out. She's like, thanks, you guys. And then these guys zap back to the bridge with their doot, doot, and they all zap back and everything. They didn't take their sweet time because they know time is of the essence. Not that doctor, not he's all like, I'm gonna got my Fitbit ready to go. Anyways, so then she's all like, hey, you're delivering me licorice, lickety split and everything. And then she's like, excuse you could hand it to me like the lady that I am. And I'm like, you're right, Tignatar, you are a lady and I like you. So he hands it to her, but when he does, she grabs his wrist and she's like, hey, listen here, fucker. Your partner over there is screwing you over and he's going to ruin everything. She's like, have him show you the math and everything and check out his face. His face will say everything. He's lying. He's going to ruin everything. He's going to blow us all up. And I wish he would. I wish everybody you know what? I want the NC-17 to blow up and send that little wave and kill everybody on Earth and Navarre and on this ship. Because I've had enough. Anyways, so they figure it out. And but before they send it, or they're figuring out, or I can't remember exactly, but they step aside. And of course, now it's time to talk about Saru and his feelings, because his feelings were hurt earlier when the president verbally bitch slapped him in front of everybody. Like, I thought she liked me. And she's like, logic at all costs or whatever. And she's like, my dad used to do that. My adopted dad used to do that to me all the time. It was so annoying because he used to like make me look bad in front of the other Vulcans. You're not Vulcan, you're human. Excuse me. Anyways. So then the Tignataro was right, and they're arguing and stuff, and he's like, this is how we do it and everything, and I'm all like, this is how we do it. Anyways, so then he goes to like stop him, but he puts up a personal force field, and knocks him across the ship, and I'm all like, you knew this would happen. So anyway, so they send the thing, and then they get a response, but they send this little orb, this little ovary from their uterine gulab. And they're like, it's a breathable atmosphere. So then on the ship, he's getting thrown around like the little biatch that he is. He's like, I'm sorry I did this. And he's all like, there's only 2 people in this world that I ever looked at as a friend, and you were one of them. And then Tignataro's like, it's a crappy way to treat your friends, dude, and everything. And I'm all like, it is, but I don't even care. I hope they all get blown up. So then they decide they're going to go on the orb because the door opens up. Sorry, I didn't get the screen grab. And the president's all like, I'm going to go. She's like, Burnham, I want you to go, and you too, Saru, because Burnham, you're a xenobiologist. I don't remember what she is and everything. And you two are like super helpful. And then she's like, President of Navarre, I'd like you to go. And then General from Earth, I'd like you to go too, because your worlds are being impacted. So you guys would probably be the best ones to help out. And then she's all like, no, I'm going to stay, you guys. I feel like I'd be more helpful here. And I'm all like, I don't think you're helpful anywhere. So you can just stay there. Yes, just sit down, honey. God, I hate this show. It's so stupid. And then this part right here, this is where I literally audibly said out loud, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Burnham's all like, hey, Saru, can I talk to you right now? And this show has been doing this the last like 5 or 6 episodes where you're in peak crisis mode, right? And you get one of these little idiots to come being like, hey, I want to talk about personal feelings. And you're all like, we ain't got time for your nonsense right now, Michael. Like, it's about to go down. We only have like 13 hours. I can't remember how many hours they have. We only got so long before our planet is destroyed. And you want to talk about how you're anxious right now? Get the fuck out of here. Ugh. And then of course Saru, like, and everything, she's all like, I'm feeling anxious and everything. I'm like so nervous right now. Like, we could screw up. So then he's all like, I learned from before just to yell. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I do this, like I'll be just like so frustrated that I just have to get it out and I'll yell. But it won't be like and he yells, and she's all like, your breath smells. Anyways, and she's like, get it out, honey. And then they're like, hugsies. And so then back in engineering, because the doctor got his 5,000 steps in today and was able to get there. And so he's talking to Ensign Tall, because they're going to be able to help, because, they're just so useful. I'm almost done. I can't do this. And they're like, Zora's all like, Tall's all like, yeah, I haven't seen her all day. And he's all like, and Zora's all like, well, it says she's in here. Okay. So he lifts up this and he finds her little badge, and she's like, I'm getting the biometric readings from that badge. So so these guys get on the pod. Oh, and I love okay. So I don't remember exactly what they say, but it was the equivalent of President of Navarre. when we get back, I was wondering if you wanted to, if we could both lose our virginity to each other. And she's all like, that would be nice. Oh, and they get this little orb right here. It's got all of the little scents and lotions and potions that they got off the planet and everything. And then plus their light show, the light show. It's basically a strobe light with some perfume in it. So then they all get on and it disappears. They're like, oh, and she's like, what's going on here? I'm nervous. Yeah, we know, honey. You've been disappearing like nobody's business every 5 seconds. We know you're nervous. I swear to God, if she's president of Earth or of the Federation next season, I'm going to be so annoyed. They're probably, they're listening to this. They're watching this breakdown and they're like, that we're going to do it out of spite now because we hate you. And so they get in here, and the aliens have created, the NC-17 aliens have created a mock of the bridge. And they did it to save on building another set. I get that. I personally, when they did it, I was like, ugh. But then at the same time, I'm like, hey, I get it. You're trying to save money. You don't want to have to build a whole new set and everything. But at the same time, I'm just like, I honestly, at this point, I just don't care. Sorry, my arm itched and I didn't want to scratch it through my. So then they send that is the weapon that what's his face created. And then they send it and they were like isolytic thing plus DMA plus curiosity. So they're curious about why they put this thing inside their DMA. And so they send a thing back saying the DMA plus oxygen, because that stands for them, equals terrifying. And then they send back a greater than sign and sadness. And they're like, so they show empathy so we can communicate. This can work. This can work, you guys. And I'm all like, okay, fine. The greater than thing though, I was all like, oh, is this going to be a meme now? Is this a meme, like the equivalent of their meme? Because how you go on Twitter and it's like this greater than this, and most of the time you're just like, you just wanted attention today. Anyways, so then this bitch disappears again, and nobody's questioning her. Like I just like if you're in a meeting. And somebody keeps getting up and leaving. At one point in time, wouldn't you be like, hey, are you okay? I noticed that you keep leaving. Are you okay? Do you need to not be here? Because if you've got a little, stomach issues, just go take care of it. You don't need to come back. Anyways, so she's all like, Book, what's going on? Are you ready? And of course, Book's detained. And and they're all like, diplomacy's working, we don't need to do this. And he's like, you don't know how long they're going to be in there. It could be weeks, months, years. And that's not what he says. He says they could be gone weeks, years, anything. I can't read it backwards. Sorry, I should have got the frontwards. So what gets me is he sends text to this stupid bitch, and she believes it. She doesn't question it at all because the script needed her to. But this whole time she's communicating with Book through his voice. And now she's communicating with him through text. And that's, she doesn't see that as shady at all. At all. Whatever. And so she sets it up. She gives him the communication, the plasma breach confirmed thing. And she's like, just do what you've got to do and everything. So then they're sitting here communicating, and then that's when they get the great empathy, or the great sadness empathy thing. So then these people, the Dr. Stamets and Tall, are in engineering, and they're all like, what happened to Tig Notara? Where'd she go? And he's like, I've been looking for her all day. And I'm like, what? Ooh. I'm just saying, if you're at work and you're looking for somebody and they're not there, wouldn't you? Ooh. when you ask other people, show. Long story short, they find the thing that's disrupting everything, but it's too late because they launch off and it's got the nacelle and it's bleeding the plasma and it's creating a hole. And then this ship it goes through. And then the aliens are mad. The big dragons, space dragons, they're mad. So then they teleport them back. And then they're going, he's like, we'll be towards the great energy later. And she's like, hey, listen, I brought her this badge. I got the licorice. I just need your codes. And then I can communicate with Discovery like ASAP. Like, you don't even know how fast I can communicate with them. So then they're like, we can't get out of here. That hole that they created is kaput. So we're stuck. And the aliens are pissed. And they get the message from Tig Notaro. And it's basically like, hey, I'm on Book's ship. The wave that they've created because they did that is going to it's just going to kill everybody. You need to stop us. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. And then that's where it ends. And with her stupid little face, all like, we're screwed and everything. This show really screwed us. I'll tell you right now. They just bent us over and they didn't even give us lube. They just raw dogged it. And I'm all like, you know what, dude? Where is the it's that's all I got. I don't know how else to put this. Like I'm mad at this show because they don't take time and effort to respect the viewer enough to put in quality work. And this episode, like I said before, was 40 minutes too long. Because it was no substance whatsoever. The NC-17, and I'm gonna do a season 4 review of this show, but it's just so bad. This episode is bad. This season's bad. It's worse than season 3, and I hated season 3, but this season was just the worst. This is the worst Star Trek I've ever seen. The worst. I thought Picard season 1 was bad. This is bad. Picard season 1 might be worse. That was a big mess. But it's just bad. I don't know what. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to just remember those Kelpian words of wisdom, and that is, it's difficult to ride 2 veil beasts with only 1 set of buttocks. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to reach into those words of wisdom from the Kelpians. That's what I'm going to do. All right, listen, that's all I got, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm a bummer. This episode sucked. Tell me what you guys thought or don't. I don't know, man. That's all I got. Okay, go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you next week on this, on the crappiest of season finales on Star Trek Discovery. You guys have a good week. Live long and prosper. Bye.